Hello everybody and welcome back to Dragon Age Inquisition. We are continuing right where we left off. I did not even press the pause button. I really just need to get some food. um, it's pretty early here and I am starving. I had my coffee and I think it only made me more hungry. So let's read this right here. Apothecary. Find recipes through exploration or by visiting merchants. Visit an apothecary with herbs you gather in the wilderness to upgrade potions. Use the equip station to assign different potions to each of your party members and to replenish the potions you are carrying. Use the upgrade station to unlock permanent upgrades to your potions. And that is what we will do.
Felissa said to check with you to make sure these are safe to serve.
They're fine. Nobody will take sick as long as she boils them right. Smart woman for asking, though.
And I'm going to take that ring as well. Ring of Guard Penetration. There we go. Now, since I am a melee character, or I guess anybody would probably want to get through Guard, right? And that's basically the shield. I think I explained it before. Patient observations, day 2. Pulse normal, breathing normal, still unresponsive, careful drop feed of prep, elf root extract to hasten his recovery, a lot of thrashing, mutters about too many eyes, something about the gray, encouraging? Probably not. But here I am.
Look who's back from the dead. Again.
I don't recall meeting you before.
I'd be surprised if you did. You weren't particularly coherent. Someone had to patch you up after you staggered out of making those wear, though. So, you're welcome.
I thank you for that.
I didn't realize. Thank you.
Yeah, well, you can pay me back by fixing the world. Name's Adan. I'm in charge of keeping our little band here stocked with potions and elixirs. Not that Seeker Pentagast seems to care whether we've got the supplies to actually do that.
For a healer, you don't seem particularly nurturing.
I'm not a healer. I'm an alchemist who's forced to play Mother Hen. You want something to burst into flame on contact with the air? Done. Gladly. Patching up wounded soldiers is a waste of my time and talents. But there are few around who can help.
How are things?
How are your people holding up?
There's no shortage of work. That's for damn sure.
Is there anything I can do to help out?
We're fine as far as raw labor goes. You've more important things to do than tend to me. I only wish I'd been able to find Master Tajin's notes. Old bastard was working on something special. He died at the Conclave, and his notes weren't here. Been too busy dealing with the wounded to look for them.
How do I go about having potions made?
Just take a look there and tell me what you'd like. Find a recipe for something better, I can make that too.
So I do have to find Hagen's notes. Let's see, equip potions. I already have that. We're gonna put that regeneration potion on. Potion assignment and replenishment. Use LS to select the potion you want the current party member to have assigned in this slot. Press A to confirm. The type and number of herbs needed to replenish this potion appear on the left. So, I need 1 elf root. That's cool. Okay. I don't want to. Oh, well, okay. I don't want to take them all because what I want to do is upgrade. This is where you upgrade your potions. They take a significant amount of herbs. Yeah. All right. So I want to upgrade my healing potion, and that's gonna take 29 elf root. And I have 7, and it also takes a Dawn Lotus, which I have 1 of. I think I found that somewhere. Did I find it here? I don't know. But anyways, that's what I want to upgrade. And we will go about doing that in the wilderness.
Have you heard about the refugees out in the hinterlands, near Redcliffe?
Hard going. The mages and the Templars put a lot of people out of their homes.
At least Mother Giselle is there to help.
I'd think food and clothing would help more than prayers.
True, true, true. The Singing Maiden. Have you ever heard the story of King Bedwyr? Bedwyr, like most kings, was a man of great pride who expected nothing but complete loyalty from his subjects. He believed the best way to achieve this was through fear. After all, those who feared him would never cross him or question his rule. Most importantly, those who feared him would always seek to please him. Bedwyr cultivated terror in his subordinates. Through the gleeful and unrestrained use of contraption referred to as the Maiden was a hinged iron casket, as high and wide and deep as a man. Ooh, oh, what? With vicious spikes within, meant to pierce through the poor soul locked into it? Oh my god. Bedwyr's Maiden was a prized possession, and stood in a place of honor in his throne room, often with a screaming victim inside it. Political rivals, suspected assassins, treasonous ministers, the Maiden consumed them all. But as time passed, more people were given to the Maiden for increasingly trivial offenses. The cook for oversalting the king's food, the page boy for dropping his sword. The Maiden cast a pall over the kingdom, and its people prayed for deliverance from their cruel king. Then one day, a strange woman rode into the city. She called herself Ember, and was an emissary from a far-off land. Her leaders had heard, she said, of Bedwyr's wisdom and authority, and she sought the king's counsel. The thought that he had earned the adulation of brother kings across the sea made Bedwyr swell with pride, and he granted Ember an audience. They dined and danced, and through it all, Ember flattered and fawned on the king. At the end of the night, Ember asked to see the Maiden, the infamous device that had given Bedwyr all his power. The king, giddy with praise, proudly presented Ember with the empty contraption. Ember looked at the Maiden, sighed with disappointment, and said, "That does not look terrifying at all. I should have imagined the spikes to be much sharper." Bedwyr grew red at her comment, and replied, "The spikes are sharp enough. Look at the blood that still clings to them." "But it is so small," said Ember. "Are only children and women its victims?" Bedwyr grew redder still, and replied, "Of course not. The Maiden has devoured many men." Ember shook her head and said to the king, "I do not believe it. Surely no warrior could fare this thing. A man like yourself, tall and muscled, would not fit within." The king laughed, and saw a way to prove the merit of the Maiden to Ember. "I will show you how easily a man like myself could fit," he said, and with that he stepped into the device. But Ember was waiting, and no sooner had Bedwyr squeezed himself into the iron casket than Ember slammed it shut on him. Ember took the Maiden, with the screaming Bedwyr inside, through the castle and down into the city, and the people, finally free from the king's tyranny, cheered and danced to the singing that echoed through the streets, until Bedwyr was dead and it finally stopped. A tale often told in the Singing Maiden Tavern. Oh, I see. So the singing that they cheered and danced to was really his dying screams, I'm assuming? Kind of morbid. Man, there's a lot of books.
And how much did you need?
Master Harric said I should go back right away.
Let's read this. A Tale of the Frostbacks. Even mountains had a heart once. When the world was young, Korth, the mountain father, kept his throne at the peak of Belanus, the mountain at the center of the world, from which he could see all the corners of earth and sky. And he saw strong men become weak, brave men grow cowardly, and wise men turn foolish for love. Korth devised a plan that he might never be betrayed by his own heart, by taking it out and hiding it where no soul would ever dare search for it. He sealed it inside a golden cask, buried it in the earth, and raised around it the fiercest mountains the world had ever seen, the Frostbacks, to guard it. But without his heart, the mountain father grew cruel. His chest was filled with bitter mountain winds that shrieked and howled like lost souls. Food lost its flavor, music had no sweetness, and he lost all joy in deeds of valor. He sent avalanches and earthquakes to torment the tribes of men. Gods and men rose against him, calling him a tyrant, but with no heart, Korth could not be slain. Soon there were no heroes left, either among men or gods, who would dare challenge Korth. The Lady of the Skies sent the best of her children, the swiftest, the cleverest, and the strongest flyers, to scour the mountains for the missing heart, and for a year and a day they searched, but Sparrow and Raven, Vulture and Eagle, Swift and Albatross returned to her with nothing. Then the Ptermagant spoke up and offered to find the god chief's heart. The other birds laughed, for the Ptermagant is a tiny bird, too humble to soar, which spends half its time hopping along the ground. The lady would not give the little creature her blessing, for the mountains were too fierce even for eagles, but the ptarmigan set out anyway. The little bird traveled deep into the frostbacks. When she could not fly, she crawled. She hugged the ground and weathered the worst mountain winds, and so made her lonely way to the valley where the heart beat. With all the gods' terrible deeds, the heart was far too heavy for the tiny bird to carry, so she rolled it, little by little, out of the valley and down the cliff, and when the golden cask struck the earth, it shattered. The heart was full almost to bursting, and the pain of it roused the mountain god to come see what had happened. When Korth neared his heart, it leapt back into his chest, and he was whole again. Then Hakkon Winter's Breath bound Korth's chest with 3 bands of iron and 3 bands of ice, so it could never again escape. And all the remaining gods named the Ptarmigan, honored above even the loftiest eagles. From Ferelden, Folklore and History by Sister Petrine, Chantry Scholar. Again, I do hope my reading was alright. But that's really interesting how it shows kind of like how even the strongest men might fail, and even the weaker ones might prevail where they can't. Kind of like don't count the little guy out kind of story.
What can you tell me about this area?
Adan is Haven's apothecary. He's been making potions and tending to the wounded as best he can. Harrit is the Inquisition smith. Whatever he can make you, Thren the quartermaster can probably find. And for anything fancier, you can try buying from Segrit. His prices aren't too high. Yet. Oh, there's also Minave. She studies beasts and things, as I understand.
Cool.
Farewell.
Goodbye.
So I still need to speak with the smith. There's a lot of carvings. I wonder if they're going to be useful. I don't even know.
So, now that Cassandra's out of earshot, are you holding up all right? I mean, you go from being the most wanted criminal in Thedas to joining the armies of the faithful. Most people would have spread that out over more than one day.
I am just glad to be alive. A lot of people did die up there, but I've already expressed my sympathy.
I'm just glad I'm still standing after all that.
I still can't believe you survived Cassandra. You're lucky you were out cold for most of her frothing rage. For days now, we've been staring at the breach, watching demons and maker knows what fall out of it. Bad for morale would be an understatement. I still can't believe anyone was in there and lived.
If it was that bad, why did you stay? Cassandra said you were free to go.
I like to think I'm as selfish and irresponsible as the next guy, but this... Thousands of people died on that mountain. I was almost one of them. And now there's a hole in the sky. Even I can't walk away and just leave that to sort itself out.
I was definitely fortunate.
It's pure luck that I escaped.
Good luck or bad? You might want to consider running at the first opportunity. I've written enough tragedies to recognize where this is going. Heroes are everywhere. I've seen that. But the hole in the sky... that's beyond heroes. We're going to need a miracle.
I'm no coward. Wow, coward, Varric. Shouldn't tell me to run. If my character must die in the end, then so be it. That's not what I want, but, I mean, if it can't be helped, to save the day, you know. Patient observations, day 3. Less thrashing, some response to stimulus, vitals seem solid. 2 attempts so far by locals to break into the chantry to kill my patient. Holy shit, that's mean. All this work to save his life, and will they just execute him? Will inform Lady Cassandra I expect him to wake before the morn. Took me about 4 days then to wake up.
You're awake and out of Lady Cassandra's clutches. And here I paid that little knife ear to inform me the moment you were free. No matter, no matter. Segrit, honored to meet you. Thank you for all you've done, and hopefully will still do.
And how rude is it to call an elf a knife heir? Like, come on, dude. And such as?
What do you think I'll be doing exactly?
Word's already spreading that if anyone can close that blighted thing in the sky, it's you. Anything you need is yours. For a reasonable price, of course. Supplies are a little tight, given the circumstances.
I would imagine, you know. Why did you stay? I mean, if you can't sell your wares at good cost, then...
What kind of person stays to run a shop at a time like this?
The kind with nowhere else to go.
True.
Those blasted demons destroyed most of my goods. If I stay here, work some contacts, I can start rebuilding. Maybe, just maybe, help you folks out in the process.
You must speak with most everyone here. How are people doing?
Hope and fear in equal measure. No one really knows what it means when an Inquisition is called. Yet. I imagine it's no better for you. You've got my sympathies, for what it's worth.
I really would like to buy something.
Can I see what you have for sale?
Of course. My wares are at the table.
Alright, let's see what there is. I don't feel like buying any better weapon. I probably will find something somewhere else. As for rogue, wait, what? I'm not wearing a defender coat. I'm wearing something else. Aren't I? Well, why do I have that on? I thought I put this on. When did that happen? Anyways, whatever. The foot soldier it's still better, but my health is raised a lot more by the +6 to my constitution. So yeah, I'll probably keep mine on and buy one for Cassandra. How much money? I got 538. How much does that cost? 13? I'll buy 2 of those. I'll buy that too for my friend, the mage. And this is what I really wanted to get. I want to get some good stuff for Bianca. Got that. And then that there. Schematics, huh? Well, I just bought them, so I guess I don't need the schematic. Let's see what Solus has right now. What are you using? Let's just go ahead and see. Acolyte Firestaff. So he's got... What does that cost? 66. 18 versus 20. It will increase his magic a lot. So maybe that'll do more damage in general once his magic is increased. So I'm gonna buy him that. I don't really know. I'm just kind of assuming. Also, Battle Mage armor. I'm getting you that, and the Scout armor. I'll get you that too. So there we go. Let's equip everything that we need, and then we'll go ahead and get rid of whatever. Cassandra, we're gonna give you our Inquisition foot soldier. Oh, that looks really cool. Oh, that is pretty badass. Alright. So we're gonna give her that. We're going to go down. We're gonna give Solus his Inquisition Battle Mage armor. He looks a little cooler like that. He's kind of not a very cool looking character to begin with. And Inquisition Scout armor. Varric is rocking it out. I was gonna give myself, I think it was the Free Marches helmet. It was. Give myself that. Then I'll give her one. I'll give Solus the Adventure hat, I think it was. And then we will go down and give Varric. He didn't have a Scout hat or a Templar. Well, what are the other things? +3 dexterity, melee defense. We'll go ahead and do that. Yeah, you look cool, man. You look cool. You keep on you keep rocking that. Yeah. We're gonna go back out of armor and we're gonna go to weapons. We have him equipped with Bianca already. I don't think we got anything for her, but we did get the, which was it? The lightning staff for our friend there. And I'm pretty sure that was it, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. Let's sell some stuff then. We're going to sell a Thief Blade, the Raider Greatsword, Hunting Longbow, Ice, Stiletto, Inquisition Shield. Oh, what? I'll keep that, because I don't think Varric is level 3 yet. And we'll get rid of that. I don't think we're selling for much money, but it's still better than nothing. Plus 2% stagger. We want those. We're gonna keep these for right now because I'm not too sure of their uses yet. And valuables, I'll keep them for right now because I don't know if they have a use. Alright. I spoke with him. I gotta speak with the smith, but I know there's some stuff over here I can take.